it's not often that I say this. In fact, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I didn't particularly like this episode of the Doris Day Show. This is The Date, and it's the penultimate episode of the first season. It's the 27th episode, and honestly, I just didn't care for it. I found it was kind of depressing, and usually even when they're dealing with a serious subject in the Doris Day Show, there are light moments, fluffy moments, and it just seemed to be lacking in all of that, and it felt a little bit weird. Doris decides to set up Frank and Juanita, Frank being Buck's friend, and Juanita's a lot more invested in this than Frank is, and there are possibilities of things being misleading and Juanita getting her hopes up when Frank really didn't have those kinds of intentions. And I don't want to say any more than that about the narrative, but honestly, I found it to be really dull and really boring, and not a lot happened that was interesting. I wasn't really that bothered about the outcome of the date. I felt like it was moderately predictable. Frank as a character, I didn't really care for either, which is again unusual, but I really didn't like his personality, his attitude at all. And Juanita's a really nice character. She always brings a really great energy to it, and she's always really supportive of Doris. So it was really nice that Doris did this lovely thing for Juanita, but I didn't care. I really didn't care what happened. Obviously, I didn't want Juanita to be upset or be misled or anything, but I wasn't that bothered, and I really hope that this is not the start of a change with the Doris Day Show. I doubt it. One episode out of 27. I feel like that's a pretty good ratio for me loving the show versus one episode I really didn't care for. I mean, it flows well. The narrative structure is good. The plot develops at a steady rate. The editing between Frank's house and Doris and back and forth was absolutely fine. But it lacked that magic. It lacked that spark and that light fluffy comedy that makes the Doris Day Show so amazing. Now I'm slightly nervous to go into the last episode because who knows what will be in store. Unfortunately, the date did not meet my expectations, but if it's just a one-off, I can live with that.